Joshua here from RICS, and I personally love speaking about the SPA and helping leaders, managers, owners, directors, and key decision makers in the business finally complete. This is what I do. I help to manage the assessment process to ensure success to professional membership. Remember, the SPA is different to the APC. It's a representation of your professional experience and ability, so I want you to remember to take action and time to create a high quality professional submission that effectively showcases your knowledge and skills as a senior. I also have things I want you to all commit to. The first one, it's not a rush. The second, do not skimp on this process. And number 3, I ask you to take action, but timely action. Now, over the years, I have found a few common themes with the senior professional candidates, and the most common above trying to find the time was knowing what needed to be done, with a big one of not utilizing your counselor, who essentially is an advisor to help ensure when writing you can complete and are prepared for the final assessment. If you don't have a counselor, please ensure that you find someone straight away to help you progress. And I will put a post in the group to give you some ideas about what you need to be doing to find that counselor. As the counselor is an advisor, they'll be able to approve your submission, and that approval allows you to submit for the final assessment, as I doubt you will tell your staff that they can provide complex details to a client without you or someone else knowledgeable to review what is presented. So you do what you should do with your staff. So find yourself a counselor, only for you to benefit in the long run. Now, I'm honest, and I'll tell you right now that to get your submission to a draft point will only take you a few hours. With that said, there are elements that you should be doing now, which I'll show you to make a positive impact on completing. And that is going to be our new RICS assessment platform. So that is step 1. As a senior professional, you will be spending about 10% of your time in this portal and the remaining offline using the RICS templates. So to have one less thing to action in the future, let's do this now. You will need to go to assessment.rics.org and then log in with your email and password. When you've accepted all the cookies and all those items in there, you should be able to begin. Now, once you're in there, you will notice a lot of red, maybe some green, maybe some orange colors, but these are hints and visual cues about what has started, what you need to start or not completed, and what has been completed. But there are other elements that you need to complete that you don't see. The way that the system actually works is templates will be compiled together with your online profile, and that information will create your final assessment submission. So it's important that you don't miss out anything where you need to, and adding the right information is essential. Now, even if something is completed, please ensure that you update it for now and not something from a few years ago. Now, for this step, we will need your CV or resume, and also your LinkedIn profile. And you can update this. So if you navigate here and click Edit Profile, this is where we'll start. Now on this screen, you can update your details, address, phone number, and other bits and pieces of information. You are welcome to change the pathway if you have moved pathways or you've transitioned into a new role. And you can also update your counselor in here as well to who's going to be supporting you. Now up under the top, you should see employment, and that's where we're going to update all our employment information. Now, this is often overlooked because you are required to add your whole career history and give some context about your previous roles and responsibilities and not just your current role. So copy and paste from your resume or LinkedIn. Don't make it too long, and you can obviously come back and refine at any stage when needed. You can add any of your qualifications in other professional bodies here. And then once completed that, you can update your lovely profile picture that you want to display. Save it and then return back to the home screen. The next action items will be to select your competencies as per your pathway guide. You can find the pathway guide here, but if you haven't got access to the mandatory competencies within your pathway, you can find it here on the RICS website. The RICS assessment page is essentially a knowledge hub for assessments, as it will give you more details about the platform, but also the dates of assessments to help you plan your activities accordingly. But under the documents, if you click the pathway, back over here, you can access to the best pathway guide with all the competencies. This will give you more insight to the types of activities and examples that you can use in context to how you should write it, and I will go over in later in a much more detail in other videos. But let's go back to selecting competencies. Now, selecting it will be based on your application and career and pathway. You may write about some of these within your case study and may not write about others. You will need to ensure that all the competencies are selected as per the pathway guide. Now, the mandatory competencies, these are everyday interpersonal, professional, business skills common to all pathways. So they have already been selected, so save and continue. The next is your core. These are your primary skills that you are doing today. And as an example, this is the QS. So I'm selecting all of those relevant to the pathway guide, and we just want to click save. We then have an optional, select, save, review. Now it's all complete. Now, when we go back to the homepage, we can add CPD there. And if we review the Annex A, this will give you and show you what type of activities there should be. Remember, you need to do 10 hours minimum formal activities and a minimum of 20 hours in total. But all you need to do, give it a name, add some date, time, formal, informal, completed, and you're done. Now, if you do decide, you can do the RICS Professionalism module now, and that will also be 3 hours of CPD. You can access it here, and it'll open up another page. And next step is gathering the correct information for your templates. So I will see everyone in the next video.